Okay, I'm going to do some checks and make sure this thing is still on and working properly. But replay crew, fast forward 3 minutes. Here we go.
Down in the dirt, building my dome. Concrete walls, yeah, it's my home. Stockpile stacked with rations tight. Prep for the dark, we'll light the fight. Forage the woods, take what I need. Off-grid living, no time for greed. Barter goods in the shadow shade. Tactical steps in plans I've laid. Back to the bunker where the truth won't bend. Water and food where the road might end. Bug out bags by the door, stand tall. Prepared for the fall. Yeah, prepared for it all. Generators hum, a comforting sound. Blackout nights when chaos surrounds. Seeds in jars, yeah, we're growing life. Homestead and strong in a time of strife. No high-tech wires, no web to roam. Resilience beats the world unknown. Hands in the soil, hearts in the fight. Staying ready every day, every night. Back to the bunker where the truth won't bend. Water and food where the road might end. Bug out bags by the door, stand tall. Prepare for the fall. Yeah, prepare for it all. Back through the bunker where the truth won't bend. Water and food where the road might end. Bug out bags by the door, stand tall. Prepare for the fall. Yeah, prepare for it all. Prepare for it all. When
Note showing. There we go. Outstanding. Outstanding. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and knock this off because we've got 3 or 4 people in here. I don't want to drag this out too much. If you guys haven't been paying attention, I've been doing a kind of like an early bird report. If you're not familiar with it, the military has something called the early bird, where they take intelligence and they type it up and so that everybody in the military who has access can read it every morning. It's kind of compartmentalized. It's not super secret stuff. There is a secret version of it that certain people get to see, and then there's the kind that you can actually like look up on the internet. It's called the early bird. So I decided to start doing stuff like that. With that said, I wanted to make sure that it was preparedness related. It was preparedness related. Now, obviously, this is really early. This is really early, and I don't know if this will actually take or not on the old interwebs, but it is something. So, with that said, let's see. Do me a favor, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you are not subscribed already. Also, I want to thank the 50 subscribers that I picked up in the last week, which is super duper pooper scooper because I've been going at this for a long time and I'm watching these youngsters slip in, going way past me real fast, and that's all right. I'll enjoy watching the burnout. All right, so the morning coffee. I'm also running a little bit of Celsius, basically high octane, low octane, that kind of stuff. So, with that said, let's not drag this out. I guess the first thing is the Federal Reserve's potential rate cut announcement. Now, today, the Federal Reserve is getting ready to do a rate cut. That's what people are anticipating. Now, the Federal Reserve's decision on today is likely to implement a third consecutive 25 basis point rate cut amid cooling inflation, but patchy job data signals ongoing economic fragility. For preppers, this underscores risks of recession, rising uh, rising borrowing costs for essentials, and potential supply chain strains if consumer spending falters, amplifying the need for financial resilience in uncertain times. Now, why is this important to, or that's kind of like why it's important to us? Um, I guess the bread and butter of it is that there's this ebb and flow within the economy, and excuse me if I'm still scratching a little bit of sleep out of my eyes, but there's ebb and flow within the economy, and uh, there's worry that the economy is very fragile right now because of the jobs. Now, what I can tell you is that I've looked at those numbers, and I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I think that we're going to come out of this even stronger than we went into it a year ago. And everybody's screaming bloody murder about tariffs, but when you actually sit down and do the math, the tariffs don't really aren't really affecting the economy. The Now they're in fact they're affecting prices, but that's not the economy. So, what local prepper action should be is to stockpile non-perishable foods and household goods for 3 to 6 months to hedge against price hikes, diversifying savings into inflation-resistant assets like precious metals, monitor local credit unions for low-interest emergency loans, and build a cash reserve equivalent to 2 months' expenses. I always recommend 3 months. 3 months. But what I can tell you is that this was actually here we go. I keep this up in front of me to remind me to remain humble. Um, but this is here we go. Here we go. A little bit of silver for you there. I don't know. There we go. A little bit of silver for you. There we go. There's the front. Well, don't drop it. There you go. Don't drop it. What do we got here? And there is the back. And this was actually a gift from Jester from It's Doomsday podcast some years ago because I just kind of showed up at his booth and at Prepper Camp and just started helping him with everything. Just started helping him. Just he needed help. Um, you know, he it's not like he couldn't have handled it, but things were not too great for him. He was prepared, but he was working. Uh, he was working pretty hard. So uh, that was a gift from him. But yeah, those precious metals. Right now, guys, I threw that piece of silver up there. This piece of silver was about $17 when he bought it for me. It's over $50 now. The use of silver in a lot of different things these days is starting to get like they're really looking to use a lot of silver in a lot of the newer technologies. And so silver maybe make sure you get it physical silver, not physical. Put it in your hands, and then deal with how to turn that into real money later if you have to. Remember that if there's ever a true blowout, a true economic SHTF, that he who has the gold makes the rules. That's the golden rule, and now it's silver. So okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Also, I noticed that there are what we got here. Let me push this button over here. I've got um, I've got 4 people in here and only one thumbs up. Ah, come on, guys. That's just weak sauce. That's just weak sauce. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Also, if you have not checked in, please do so in the chat. It's how we maintain our relationship. The next one is risk of Indonesia trade deal collapse. Why is this important to preppers? Well, um, reports that came out early this morning um, indicate that the July trade agreement is unraveling due to Indonesia's backtracking on commitments, potentially triggering broader tariffs and import disruptions. Preppers should note this could spike prices for imported goods like electronics, textiles, and agricultural products, exacerbating food and supply shortages in a tariff heavy environment. Now, um, I don't believe for a second that the tariffs are going to cause food shortages. I don't. We make we export more food than we eat here in America. I don't think that's going to be a thing. It's just not possible. It's just not logically possible. Also, if you guys aren't paying attention to what I just said, that's an Indonesian trade deal, and basically it was we're going to trade with you, and we're going to do it this way, otherwise we're going to nail you with tariffs. And so they're like, okay, yeah, let's do that. And then Trump came out and said, yeah, victory. These people understand us. And now they're like, well, we don't like that anymore. And so we're going to not do what we said we're going to do. That's really that's really the long and short of it. But so now you're some local preparations that you should take or actions is to inventory and rotate your pantry to include shelf stable imports, alternatives like rice and canned goods, source local farmers, markets for produce to reduce reliance on global chains. Learn basic repair skills for electronics to extend gear lifespan amid potential shortages. We don't get, I wouldn't say we get a lot of stuff from what we would call Indonesia. But I would say that we get enough stuff into our economy that it would have a percentage hit on things. So, all right, let's see here. Looks like West Virginia Pappy is the only one participating today, and so be it, because it's kind of early. It's kind of early. I'm sure as we get towards the end of this, somebody's going to be like, "Oh my God, I didn't know you were live." And that's okay. Let's see. West Virginia Pappy says paper is only worth your trust in it. That's 100% true. That's why we have it. Um, and then let's see. He also says, finally, the government being run like a business. It is. Yeah, 100% agree. 100% agree. The last two things we talked about are business related. And I think that because we were taken advantage for so long, taken advantage of for so long, that some of these countries that we were doing business with, um, they are. Is my sound low? My sound meter looks low. I want to turn that up. Let's just max it out. Let's just see what happens. Um, and if it gets wonky, let me know, guys. But they were just so used to getting their way, and then one day we told them, no, we're not doing the things like that anymore, and they got really, really butthurt about it. So it's the same thing. It's just like a bully. It's just like a bully. You tell the bully no, and they don't know what to do because they were so used to getting what they wanted, and they throw a fit, and there might be a fight. And yeah, well, we're going to be moving closer to more of that stuff too. Moving closer to more of that stuff. So the next thing is U.S. fighter jets a close approach to Venezuelan airspace. Now, why is this important? Um, Early this morning, the U.S. Navy jets conducted a routine training flight over the Gulf of Venezuela, the closest to Venezuelan airspace since Trump's pressure campaign began, heightening regional transitions. Let me see here. Oh, isn't that special? I bet you that's. Let me see. What is that? What is that noise? 6:58. Yeah, that was my phone telling me that. Oh, by the way, yeah. Shut up. Just shut up. That's that's Chemo clearance sale. Nobody cares. Advertisements. So many advertisements. So yeah, I guess more people start coming in here in a second. Excuse me a second. But let's see here. Venezuelan airspace, heightening regional tensions with the Maduro regime. This raises fear of escalation, oil price vulnerability, and refugee influences, which could disrupt fuel supplies and border stability nationwide. Good morning, Dogwater Dale. Good to see you. Hey, dude, long time no see. Super busy. I hope you and your wifey are prospering as good as can be expected. And thank you for that comment. I appreciate you guys. Make sure that you're as the YouTubes have finally decided 15 minutes later to tell everybody that I'm live. The Make sure you hit that like button. It helps. It helps. Um, so with the things escalating in Venezuela, what can we expect? Um, we are so used to keeping war at arm's length. Um, Venezuela is not a nuclear nation, so we're really not too worried about it. But there are other things that we need to think about as far as our actions in Venezuela, because every action has equal and opposite reaction. We still have a lot of drug. We still have a lot of Venezuelan drug cartel inside our country. Obviously, we're trying to get them removed, but we still have a lot. And what we're finding out is that the Maduro administration is connected directly to the drug cartels. And well, I mean, if you've got a bunch of drug cartels inside another country who's trying to cause problems for your country, why don't you pick up the phone and say, "Hey, dude, uh, yeah, can you go do some nefarious stuff for me?" So that is a possibility. That is a distinct possibility. It is beneficial for it's beneficial for not only the country that asks for it, but also for the cartel organization that does it, because it 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 it, it can raise and it can strengthen their footprint inside the United States. So it's very possible that that could be what's happening. I would also point out that yeah, we're kind of messing those people up right now. We're kind of you know what? Let's go ahead and move off that one by going with what kind of local preparations we can do. Basically, we can fill vehicle generator cans to capacity and add fuel stabilizers for long-term storage. We can map alternative fuel sources like community co-ops, prepare go bags and water purification tools in case of refugee-related local strains on resources. No one ever talks about the strain on our water systems because of all the people that are here inside of our country. No one ever talks about that, which is kind of weird. It's kind of weird if you think about. All right, and where was that here? National security. When I was working up these subjects this morning, West Virginia Pappy, yeah, you're absolutely right. There is. Let's see here. Uh, that. Let's do that. PB family, good to see you. Good to see you. Are you always on at 7 a.m.? No, I'm rarely live at 7 a.m. I've been doing the brief, and I've been kicking that out at 9 a.m. every morning. But I woke up early and I figured, let's give this a shot. Let's see what kind of people we can get attached to here. So make sure that you guys damn, I'm seeing a lot of Saul, good to see you, bro. Good to see you, man, all the way from Spain. Um, am I got that right? Sal Outdoors. You're my Spain guy, right? At least I hope that's right. But if you guys haven't hit that thumbs up button, do me a favor. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button. It'll draw more people in here, and we'll see if these live things work. But getting back to West Virginia Pappy. So there is a major winter storm that's on the East Coast and Midwest. Um, Let's see. So, as of today, a powerful winter storm is delivering up to 14 inches of heavy snow across 9 states from the Midwest to the East Coast, accompanied by gusty winds up to 75 miles per hour and polar vortex plunge, causing record breaking cold with wind chills in the single digits or below. This event is already disrupting travel, causing widespread power outages, affecting over 60,000 customers, and leading to hazardous conditions that could strand communities for days, underscoring the vulnerabilities of infrastructure to extreme weather and the potential for cascading failures in heating, food delivery, and emergency services during peak winter seasons. Unfortunately, my boy Jester, I fully expect him to be called into work today. We're supposed to be working on a project together today, but I with this storm, he may be getting called in to be on standby for his magical super duper EMT, possibly paramedic. I can't remember. I'm gonna have to ask him. Skills. Let's see. So it's local precautions. Is I like that tinfoil hat back there. Well, I mean, that's the grand poop. That's the hat for the grand poobah of preparedness, and he only comes out when, yeah. It's really hard to maintain my credibility when I turn into a raving lunatic with a tinfoil helmet. So, you want to play? You gotta pay. All right, so local preparation actions for this storm. Assemble or update your 72-hour emergency kit with extra blankets, hand warmers, and high energy non perishables like nuts and energy bars. Test backup heating sources such as wood stoves or kerosene heaters with proper ventilation to avoid carbon monoxide risks. Organize neighborhood snow cleaning crews and designate a community warming shelter using local schools or churches for those without power. Without power. Yeah, that this winter storm is going to play. It's going to actually, I did. I already had one in here for that. I already had one in here for that. December vulnerabilities. Let's see. West Virginia, Western mountains transitioning from rain to heavy snow and high winds, potentially stranding communities and overwhelming power grids. The highest seasonal this highlights seasonal vulnerabilities, power outages, and supply disruptions that test emergency readiness nationwide. Just nationwide. All right, let's see here. True Fed rates, Trump's overall USAIC mass deportations. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and go to the chat here real quick. I like that tinfoil hat. Okay, let's see here. You should follow Ryan Hall. He does great weather predict. No, Ryan is Ryan's awesome. Ryan's awesome. Yeah. I subscribe to him. It starts. All right, everybody, make sure you guys give West Virginia Pappy a like on that button. Uh, Here we go. There we go. Make sure you guys hit that like. Give West Virginia Pappy a like for that $5 donation that goes to the keeping all the lights on around this place. That is for sure. But yeah, Ryan Hall. It's unfortunately what's happened. Uh, I have gone through and killed so many subscriptions in YouTube. It's not even funny. It's absolutely crazy how many I shut down. But still, the way the YouTube algorithm works is you can like say that you like something and hit the notification bell and say, "Hey, tell me every time he goes live," or whatever. And then go watch one cat video, and that's all that's in your feed is freaking cat videos. If you think if you've gone down the cat video rabbit hole, put a one in the chat. Let's see. Have you watched Ashton Forbes at all? Ashton Forbes. Is that that's that young kid, right? Uh, Ashton Forbes. Let me see here. Let me Google his self. Let me Google his stuff. Malaysia flight. No, what is going on here? Mystery Live with Ashton. Ashton Forbes. It says Ashton Forbes is an actor. Deep dive. Ashton Forbes deep dive into the MH370 flight disappearance. Recently exposed Ashton Forbes as a pathetic, toxic, grifting fraud. Things don't look good for Ashton. I don't know who Ashton is. Let's go to Ashton Forbes Wikipedia. Wikipedia, wiki. Let's see here. Well, that's a really old Boston picture right there. Ashton Forbes biography. Where are we at here? He's in the IMDb database as an actor. I don't know. Tell me who Ashton Forbes is and give me a little bit more context. Um, But so I guess, and he does not look familiar, so I'm going to go ahead and say no. I'm going to say no, I have not followed Ashton Forbes at all, but maybe I should. What's your thoughts on on the Canadian prepper? Oh, Saul, that's a sore subject with me. But you're a longtime follower and a member, so you get the answers that you're looking for. I don't like the Canadian prepper. I stopped following him about almost a year ago. Every single day is doom and gloom. Every single day is my sources. He's 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 a nobody that has built a ginormous multi-million dollar preparedness business around fear porn. And so I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I couldn't tell you what's happening in his life right now. I did hear that he wants to leave the country now, even though he built this like preparedness cabin in the woods with everything, and now he doesn't want to be there. So I'm a little confused by the guy. I'm a little confused by the guy. Let's see here. So, Dog Waterdale says he is exposing technology the government is hiding. He's very interesting. A lot of haters. He talked about weather manipulation, MH370, and why it happened. Um, I believe, well, listen, uh, it- Dog Waterdale, I don't recognize your name, but I want to thank you for being here. And I guess you're subscribing. But here's what I'll tell you. I worked for the government for almost 30 years. I was a Marine, active duty Marine for 20 years, and I was a DoD contractor for 13 years. I've seen where some of the bodies are buried. I know where some of the skeletons are, and that's one of the reasons that I left the government. Um, and I can tell you that we have technology that people would not even believe the capabilities, and I fully believe that we have the ability to control the weather. Um, I think that's in our best interest to never disclose that we can do it. I've never been part of those programs, so I couldn't I can neither confirm or deny, but I can tell you that oh, by the way, we just had a hurricane season with category and category 5 hurricanes that somehow just turned away from the United States. Yeah, we didn't have a single hurricane this year, which is great because the property in North Carolina is right in Hurricane Alley. So I'm not complaining. It's kind of like don't bite the hand that feeds you, that kind of thing. But I would say that we do have the ability to control the weather. I would say that it's probably not it's probably not perfect, and that sometimes things happen that are unexpected. I do know that there are some studies out there right now about the control of Doppler radars that can actually change weather patterns. It's very interesting stuff, to be honest with you. It's very interesting. But if I just completely focused on that, then I would wear that tinfoil hat back there like forever, right? Let's see here, but let's see. Grain of salt. There you go. Let's see. The government, West Virginia Pappy says the government at least 20 years ahead of civilians. Uh, I would say that the technology that the government has to do certain things will never be revealed, or even if it is revealed, will never be shared with the civilian community because it's so powerful. It's so the ability to do very Orwellian things, very 1984ish things with it, is always an issue. It's always a problem. It's always going to be a problem. Whenever we have technology that civilians start to use, there's always somebody who's slowly stroking a bald cat is sitting in a lounge chair somewhere in the background. Dog Waterdale says, I think you like Ashton after what you said and maybe be able to really say if he's crazy, since you have a real background. Well, I appreciate that, dog. I mean, I'll check the guy out, but I can't promise you anything. Everybody's got a life. I can't be, you know, researching everybody. But I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Looks like my It looks my started another. Looks like my goal is about to run out, but that's okay. I'll just start another one. I'll just start another one. I must have set it for 30 minutes instead of an hour. Yeah, that's what I did. We'll just do that. Only one goal can be active at a time. Please remove the current whatevers. I guess I gotta wait for that other one to go out. I gotta wait for the other one to die out. 2 minutes 37 seconds. Okay, so with that said, let's go ahead and get back on point. Let's see here. Let's see here. The Trump administration's overhaul of the USCIS for mass deportations and why it's important to preppers. The administration is repurposing the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services into an anti immigration enforcement tool, slashing legal migration programs and halting green card processing for 19 countries following an Afghan national shooting of National Guard members. This escalates the risk of social unrest, labor shortages in key sections like agriculture, and community divisions that could disrupt local stability. Um, how we can prepare for it on the local side is form neighborhood mutual aid networks for forming sharing to offset potential farm labor gaps, secure home perimeters with non-lethal defenses as well as lethal defenses like reinforcement locks, stock area medical supplies for handling possible injuries and spikes from civilian tensions. There's a lot of I don't believe half of what I just read to you. I don't believe half of what I just read to you. And the reason I don't is because well, it's wintertime, and so there's who's gonna pick our winter crops? Because there ain't none. You see what I'm saying? Um, if they're legal seasonal workers, they don't have anything to worry about. It's just that easy. It's just that easy. Um, I don't think that this whole immigration thing is I think that what we're hearing from news sources is that the immigration thing is going to it's goes like we need people to clean our toilets, wash our windows and pick our food. How about all the people on unemployment? There's the first one. The second one is we have a robust, extremely strong connection in the agriculture community with seasonal migrants. We here on the Eastern Shore have one that is unbelievable. These people, they come here every year completely legal. They work their asses off. There are buses that drive them around that companies own and places for them to live that companies own. You know what I'm saying? So they literally come here when it's time to work and then they leave when it's time to leave. They stay in good status so that they can come back next year. So they continue to provide for their families. I don't have a problem with it. I think it's great. I have a problem with the illegals that are here overburdening our insurance systems, our hospital and medical systems, um, that are uh, that are overburdening our special services systems, Social Security. I mean, it's pretty insane the billions, if not possibly trillions of dollars that are being spent because these people showed up. They just showed up. They just opened the door and everybody showed up. Excuse me a second. I'm blowing my nose here. I'm going to go ahead and we already talked about mutual aid groups and how we can fix these things. And then let's go ahead and go to the chat here real quick. Let's see here. So did that thing actually pop? It did. Let's start another one. Let's start for an hour, 5 and 5. Start the goal. Did it go? There we go. There we go. Okay, so go into the chats. Let's see. Canadian haze exposing technology. Government is at least 20 years. Um, Dog Waterdale says they're flying a Somali flag above the American flag in Winooski, Vermont, my hometown. Oh, that's awful, dog. That's awful, and I think that something needs to be done about it. I think that something needs to be done about it. Um, hopefully it's not happening on federal property. But that I don't even know what to say about that. I don't even know what to say about that because yeah, I have no words. I have no words. Not because I don't want to talk about it, but because it's a bunch of horse shit. It's what it is. You have people that ran from a country that is a true, I excuse my French as it passes. It's past 7 o'clock. It's a true shithole. Okay, Somalia is a true shithole. I've been there. Um, Running from this country and then trying to bring their values here. But unfortunately, it's more than that. It's more than that. Somalia is majority Muslim, and that's what it's really about. That's what it's really about. Um, let's see here. West Virginia Pappy says legal season migrants have been a great asset. Yeah, I mean they're awesome people. They're here. They're working. I mean they're doing. They're like trying to live the American dream as best they can. Um, let's see here. Should be illegal to fly a flag above American flag here. I don't know if it's illegal. I know that it is not legal on federal property. Dog of Waterdale says it disgusts me. Uh, Fishing guy. Good morning, my friend. Good to see you. Another member just showed up. Let's see here. Dog water is disgusting. People come here and want help and then want to change how we are. Yeah, exactly. I want to go to the land of milk and honey, but now I don't like milk and honey. I want to eat and chew cot. That's unfortunately that's what they want to do. But it's you know, there are some that would be like so. I got to choose my words carefully here. Somalia is still very much a tribal type government. Uh, there are still warlords, modern day warlords. There is still some forms of genocide in that country because they will literally just like, oh, you brought your village doesn't want to, chew our cot. Okay, then we'll just burn the entire village down and kill everybody and take all the women. Um, and turn your children into, uh, child warriors. It happens. It happens every day there. And so these people are still very used to living that way. And when they come here, they're their eyes are very big for a long period of time until they realize that they can use the system to do the things that they like to do, that they want to do. And that's the problem that we have. That's the problem we have. If you take, what is it, Michigan, I think, has the largest Somali population in the United States. Basically, like entire cities have been taken over, kind of thing. Um, if you take that and you go and you lean to we're going to do great things here. We're going to be Somali Americans. I really hate that, but that's what they do. That's what other ethnicities will do. They like to add that to American. Um, the and maybe you have like this entire strip in the city that's nothing but like food and bringing that culture. You know what I'm saying? Like every major town has a good Chinatown. You know what I'm saying? Like bringing that culture, but melting it in. You know what I'm saying? No, it's like this wave of crap that they just want to put it everywhere. They just want to put it everywhere, and it's bad. It's bad. Let's see here. West Virginia Pappy said, if they came from a great country, why did they even, if they came from a great country, why did they even come? Probably because they didn't want to die. That's normally the driving factor behind people coming to the United States. It used to be just to, I don't want to live off of nothing. You know what I'm saying? It used to be that. Now it's, I just don't want to die. So, all right. So let's go ahead and move on to another subject right here. Let's see here. So I'm really gonna hate to do this one, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Harry, gosh, ball sack. Jesus. You got me to say it, man. You got me to say it. So I'm saying Harry from now on. So Harry says, Columbus, Ohio has a huge population. Raw sewage isn't flowing down the streets just yet, but it's coming. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's very negative to say something like derogatory about a specific culture or ethnicity. Um, but if the shoe fits, you know what I'm saying? I mean, at a certain point, people start to say the quiet things out loud, and it's crazy, you know. J Gemini, good morning. Good to see you. Good to see you. Why does your picture look so familiar, Gemini? Do you have a different profile someplace? Hmm. Um, West Virginia Pappy says they should not be any preference prefix to American. Yeah, exactly. You know, there's a difference between being proud of your heritage, okay, and trying to make something that it's not, to turn something that, once again, I came to the land of milk and honey, but now I don't like milk and honey anymore, so that's what I see. Gemini says, I haven't been here in a while. I got you. I got you. Well, it's good to see you again. It's good to see you again. Guys, once again, I don't know, over halfway through this. I don't even know when I'm going to stop, but do me a favor, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button. If you're not subscribed, do me a favor and do that now. It was greatly appreciated. And helps the channel. Oh man, my coffee. Yeah, it's okay. Um, every morning I have my first of all, I don't drink coffee for the first 90 minutes of every morning because there's your body is still producing lots of cortisol, and uh, and when you drink coffee on top of that first thing in the morning, that it actually enhances the cortisol and makes it live in your system even longer. Secondly, my first cup of coffee is got if someone's, I'm probably going to get an ooh. Do me a favor, let me know in the chat what you think of this. My first cup of coffee, which this is it, is it's actually some pretty good. Right now, it's Black Rifle light roast, and I put a pad of grass fed uh, uh, grass or butter from a cow that has been grass fed, and I also put some extra virgin olive oil, maybe a teaspoon, and then a sprinkle of some sea salt. And this is the stuff that gets you. It's good, good. All right, but yeah, that's my first cup of coffee. After that is straight black. It's good for the old intestines. Stuffs like that. If you guys like stuff like that, let me know. I just gave you the recipe. I just gave you the recipe for the first cup of your coffee. Maynard's in the house. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Let's see. What's Virginia Pappy said been going 42 minutes. Have we? Have we really been going for 42 minutes? Interesting. Okay, so moving on to this next one, which I'm probably going to completely disagree with. So tariffs toll on affordability slammed by Kentucky governor. Why is it important to preppers? Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear gave Trump's economy an F this morning, blaming tariffs for hiking everyday costs and hurting working families, echoing broader complaints in Trump's Pennsylvania speech, where inflation talk veered into immigration grievances. Preppers interpret this as foreshadowing widespread hardship, empty shelves, and fuel price spikes that could isolate rural areas. Okay, so let's say that's all true. And on the local level, preparation actions, inventory, and bulk buy tariffs. I'm going to say something here in a minute, but I'm going to give you the opportunity to beat me to it. Put If you bought gas in the last 48 hours, put the price of gas in the chat. And you don't have to. You don't just go like 2.89 or whatever. Don't worry about that little squiggly mark in the front. This is for the dollar sign. So local actions you can take: inventory and bulk buy tariff hit imports like electronics and clothing now. Plant a home garden for fresh produce independence. Map fuel efficient routes and store bike repair kits for short term mobility when gas prices soar. So what I'm getting from a lot of the information that I'm researching is that uh, a lot of it's a bunch of bull. A lot of it is a bunch of bull. Yes, the prices of food have gone up. They've gone up. I'd say at least 20%. There's no way around it. Okay. But gas is it's- has you has your gas been locked at 2.99 or another number for like the last 6 freaking months? And in the last week, it dropped by 10 cents. Hmm. If it has, put a one in the chat because that's what's happening here. And it never happens here. Gas gets locked in at a price here and it doesn't move for months. And when I say months, I don't mean like a quarter. I'm talking like 5 to 6 months. Something drastic has to frickin' happen for the price of gas to go up or down here. I don't know why. I don't know why. But yeah. So anybody who's screaming bloody murder about the price of gas right now is full of it. Absolutely full of it. So that's fishing guy 1.23 a liter. Well, you are Canadian fishing guy, so Canada. Um Canada, the place. What was it? What did it say? It's probably still law. If you guys didn't know this, so all right, screw it, I'm doing it. Um so if you guys didn't know that in Canada, the strip clubs, it's the law. They have to be 100% nude. If they're a gentleman's club, they have to be 100% new. The catchphrase up in the Buffalo area for years when I was up there was basically all the advertisements that the Canadians would send down to us into the Niagara Falls area was, "Where by law you must see it all." And yeah, you can put your Canadian stamp of yes, seal approval if I've got that right, fishing guy. I don't know what it is now, but back then, pretty nice. Anyway, don't want to run anybody off because I like a beautiful woman. Um, Canada used to be this great place. And Molson Gold, uh, you know, good hockey. I mean, Canada used to be this great place, and now it's just a socialist. It's I don't even know. There's almost no words for it that I don't know if I can actually like say anything positive about Canada right now other than there are people that are still in the fight. And I hate to say this, but there's not a lot of people like there were like a year or 2 years ago that are in the fight. Very few. I mean, they're basically Canadians have kind of been subdued by the socialist regime. So that's very scary. All right, let's see here. Looking at the gas, 289, 265, 153 euro a liter. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh, West Virginia Poppy. Thank you very much for telling people to hit that thumbs up button. Um, let's see. 123 a liter in Canada, which is 436, and gas here moves often. Currently 271. There you go. Hey, what's up, Tuck? I haven't seen you in a while, man. Good to go. Gemini says 266 in Massachusetts. Let's see here. The Canadian Valley. There you go. And he believes that I'm correct about the where by law you must see it all. Anyway, so that you just like a visualization that I just want to wipe from my brain. So if where by law you must see it all in Canada, is that the same for male stripper joints? Is that it? Are there male stripper joints? I'm just like my brain is like everything's all over, like hanging and wiggling all over the place, and I'm just like, what do we do with that? What do we do with that? We move on to the next subjects. Let's see here. All right, so this one's kind of unique right here. Banks cleared to handle crypto as intermediaries. Now, why is this important to preppers? The U.S. bank regulators approved banks acting as a crypto intermediary, potentially stabilizing digital assets, but also risking volatility if regulations tighten and amid economic shifts. For preppers, this offers new hedging tools against flat currency devaluation. though it warns of cyber vulnerabilities in alternative financing systems. Now, here's how what we should what you should ponder doing. Um, Set up offline crypto wallets with hardware like Ledger for secure storage. Learn basic blockchain verification via community workshops and diversify holdings by trading small amounts of barterable goods like ammo or tools during market dips. Yeah. Um, hmm. I'm going to go ahead and do this one all over again, see what it does. Crypto is going to start becoming a thing, guys. Whether you're into it or not, I recommend that you get your hands on just a little itty bit of it. Okay. Um, I wouldn't put your whole paycheck in it. That is for sure. And there is some crypto now that is equal to, but never less than the US dollar. So it's literally a place to hold to put money. Now, how are the, how is the government how is the government not just regulating, but at some point trying to control it? Because pretty much everything in our financial system now is anybody in the know can actually see all of your transactions, know where you're spending your money, knowing the purchases that you have made. This is specifically related to firearms, ammunition, large amounts of food, things like that. They actually have like tracking codes. Um, but how would this relate to crypto? Because crypto is basically untraceable right now. Um, because I mean, you have a crypto wallet that money is in. So how are they going to get to that point? Um, and unfortunately, the bad guys have already figured out how to move billions of dollars through in cryptocurrency through different countries because it is untraceable and the government can't touch it right now because of the algorithms that they use to make sure that even if some place gets their computer smacked down, that it still exists in other places. So it's all very confusing, to be honest with you. I'm slowly coming online to understand how it works. But I think that, saying that crypto is the way of the future is an understatement. It's a total understatement because at some point, and what we're finding now in many places, they will accept cryptocurrency. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see here. Let's see. West Virginia Pappy said, didn't think it was legal to produce private currency. It's not technically private currency because they're not producing anything. It's cryptocurrency is based on people investing money into a cryptocurrency, and it's obviously real money at the point, at the seed of any cryptocurrency or coin. It is all real money. It's coming from a real place. It really did come from your paycheck. You were really paid in real American dollars. You really did invest it in this cryptocurrency. It's really in your crypto wallet. You see what I'm saying? Um, but the thing is a lot of people don't understand it. It's kind of like the stock market. It's like, did you get in just so you have a wallet, or did you get in to make money? And now with taxes here in America, they're actually asking that question. Uh, um, hey, did you invest in cryptocurrency and did you make any money? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a thing. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. All right, let's see here. I think I'm going to take a sip of my coffee here, and I think we're going to go ahead and pay the bills with, I pay the bills. I hope this button works. I don't even know what's going to work. But as usual, guys, if you didn't know this, I'm going to take a sip of coffee. I'm going to talk some smack. And if you love your country, not your government, put a one in the chat. America. There we go. Let's do this one. Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to stand over here. The camera for this thing is way off. Nope, that's not right. That is not right. This is like the worst camera thingy ever. I hope it didn't mess up my other one. Anyway, so here's the deal, guys. Um, we're moving into this weird territory where everybody has to kind of like think about their next steps. The truth is, the world is a very dangerous and volatile place, and possibility of nuclear war is always on the table. But if you haven't been paying attention to Suspicious Observer or any of the other people out there talking about CMEs, you don't know that there's actually a very large CME on its way here to America, to the world. Our sun is not a great place, and that's what, if you don't know what a CME is, that's a coronal mass ejection, which is the same thing. That has the same effects of an electromagnetic pulse, and it can really do some serious damage. Now, in the event that that happens, in the event that all the lights go out, I literally just say, "Oh boy." Execute plan alpha. I'm gonna get my vehicle. I'm gonna try to grandma's house, and I'm gonna get grandma, and I'm gonna bring her back here to where all the preps are. And the reason I'll be able to do that is because I have an EMP shield device on all of my vehicles. Why? Because it freaking works. It freaking works. There are those that say that it doesn't, but the bottom line is it's been independently tested and tested by the craziest people here on YouTube and proven to work every single time. It will protect your vehicle. It will protect your home from lightning strikes. There are all sorts of different EMP shield devices, and I recommend that you get one. Now, they're not cheap. They're not cheap. Yeah, if you use code LocalPrepper, you'll get $50 off because they're that expensive, and I'll make a few dollars. All right, guys, that's going to be about it for the EMP shield shilling, and let's go back to the main. Hopefully, that camera's not all screwed up. All right, looks like it's still working. It's still working. Let's see here. You down with CME? Yeah, you know me. That's hilarious, Tuck, man. I never heard it like that before. Let's see here. Little Dry Creek. Haven't seen you in a while. Good morning. Good morning. Make sure everybody hits that thumbs up button while you're here. I appreciate you. The next thing we're going to talk about is some economic stagflation risks from the Federal Reserve decision, which should come down today. Why is it important? Well, the Federal Reserve's anticipated interest rate cut today amid rising inflation and a slow job market, rising fears of stagflation. Stagflation is a toxic mix of high prices and stagnant growth that could lead to widespread unemployment, supply shortages, and erode purchasing powers for essentials like food and fuel. The scenario threatens long-term financial stability, potentially triggering hyper local economic disruptions in communities reliant on retail, manufacturing, and services. The bottom line is that the way we prepare for this is to stockpile non-perishable foods and water 3 to 6 months. Diversify your income sources with barterable skills like gardening or repair work, and build a cash reserve or precious metals stash to hedge against bank runs or digital payment failures. Monitor local jobs listings and community networks for early signs of layoffs. Um, it's Tim. Good to see you, man. There we go. Looks like Tim has driven us one step closer. Make sure everybody uh, says thank you or gives Tim's the thumbs up. Appreciated! Exclamation point. Hopefully, I didn't spell that right. I didn't spell that right. I don't know what's going. Everybody, make sure you give Tim a thumbs up for donating that $5 to the Grand Poobah Appearance Preparedness Fund. The economic stagflation is a thing. If you guys, like I was talking about before with the gasoline, uh, gasoline is the way it's not moved for like 6 months and now it's just started to go down, is a perfect example of stagflation where the price of gas just kind of got locked. Now, it doesn't truly affect us because we're just going to keep paying it because we got to go to work. But what it does do is it does show us what stagflation looks like, where the economy it becomes stagnant. It neither goes up nor goes down. And unfortunately, we need these trends in the market to keep it healthy. It's kind of like a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? You got that up, you got that down, you got that up, you got that down, and then you got It's a problem. All right. It's the way the economy works. Um, so we should be focused on, I hate to say it, but food preps right now. Food preps are probably the, what's up, Drago? Uh, Drago Crago. I like that name. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button too. It helps. Um, but locking in, you guys, it's not like the food's going to run away, but the food is getting more and more expensive. Um, will we see $5 loaves of bread? I don't think so. And I don't think we'll ever get to that point. I think that we'll declare a national emergency at that point, and all the reindeer games will frickin' stop. But it also comes down to uh, even if even if the president were to use some of his very special powers, um, which only get used from time to time, to be honest with you, to force a company to produce a certain thing or to continue to produce a certain thing. Um, the company can only do that for so long as it has the ability to do it. Either it's financially sound or it's not bankrupt, and the company can actually get the assets it needs to produce those things, and it has the ability to pay its workers. Now, the government can step in and say, "Here's lots of money, keep making that stuff." They've done it before. They did it during COVID, um, but it's super rare that that power gets used. And it's not good for those companies. It's not good for those companies. So it is a thing. It is a thing. But what I would say is, even if some of the food that you like is expensive right now, I would still continue to prep it, and I would prep it as much as possible, because who knows how much it's going to cost tomorrow. Yeah, it's just food insurance, guys. It's just good food insurance. All right, what do we got here? We got Harry Bach. You're not going to get me again. Harry, if you haven't heard, a new communication system is out that beats ham radio. It's called Meshtastic. S2 Underground has a great video about it. Good part is it's cheap. Yeah, I like the Meshtastic idea. I have not gotten into it. Unfortunately, it's Meshtastic is dependent on uh, more nodes. It's really that easy. Everybody in your area has to be using it to be effective. There has to be a node someplace within transmission range. Um, and as I understand it, you can actually like send like a text, and if it doesn't hit one, but you move into a meshtastic zone, then it gets sent, that kind of thing. I don't know, like I said, I don't know a lot about it, but I can tell you that it it is dependent on other meshtastic nodes. Um, let's see here. West Virginia Pepper says, think about membership for cool emotes. Yeah, that's right. I do, and it's a shame too, West Virginia Pappy, because I really like and making the emoticons. West Virginia Pappy showing some of the special ones that members get. Um, but and if you become a member, there's a lot more to that. If you do decide to become a member, then you definitely need to go for the middle one. Go for the Doomsday level membership, and the reason is because you get everything. So I basically have three levels. I have Tim's got shit. I've, I've got three levels. The first level is, hey, you're just helping the channel out. It's like a couple of bucks, and you get all the emoticons, right? Um, and then you've got the next level is the doomsday level, and that is, you get everything. You get everything I offer. Okay, you get the emoticons, you get access to the members only Discord, which we talk in every day. It's pretty free. It's a good time. You get access to the library, you get access to all the members only videos, and pretty much if you send me a message in some format and say, dude, I'm thinking of doing this, what do you think? I will get back to you within 24 hours, if not 20 minutes. I mean, it's pretty amazing how quickly. It's kind of like my life right now. But oh, Tim, thank you very much. Tim is rushing this on. So by the way, Tim, just so you know, we're not actually at two. We're actually at three, because I did the first one, and I screwed up the timing on it, and that was West Virginia Pappy who did the very first one. So we're actually at three now for the emergence of the Grand Poobah of preparedness. I want to see the hat. Well, it's right there, man. It's right there. Um, But and then what is it? The third level, that's just for people who have more expendable income. They don't get it. They actually do. They actually okay. So I'm gonna tell you a secret. So the people who pay for like the local prepper level, the third level, they have like straight up access to me. Yeah, yeah. They have their own special chat and everything. So now you know that. Looks like Tim is. So it's what did you just do, Tim? Tim, what did I just click on? What did I just click on? I just clicked on. God damn it! Hold on a second. There we go. I just clicked on. Oh, I see what you're doing. All right, so you're forcing the issue. Okay, everybody, make sure that you give Tim fine, fine. Make sure you guys give the thumbs up on Tim's. Hit the like button on Tim's little thing there. It's time. Welcome the Grand Poobah. Okay. Ah, oh, here we go. Bum bum bum. The Grand Poobah of Preparedness has entered the building. No, I won't talk like this the whole time because I just made up this accent. I don't, it sounds like a little bit of Russian. West Virginia Pappy, thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna hold that down. Yeah. There we go. I think I got that right. Yeah. Yes, the Grand Poobah has entered the building in all of his gloriness. We're in the presence of greatness. That's hilarious, man. That is absolutely hilarious. So it looks like Tim and West Virginia Pappy made that happen today. I want to thank you guys. We met our goal. A little driker. There you go. I should come up. So what should what I tell you what, here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do. What type of should I come up with like a Nordic accent? Should I start working on a Nordic accent to wear with this? Because I don't know what that would sound like. I know I really want to do like a Russian accent, but I know Jester does that. And I don't want to be a copycat. So yes, yes, the Grand Poobah of Preparedness has entered the building. Roll out the red carpet. You you bunch of you're serfs. All right. Was it Annie says I'm late to the live. That's okay, Annie. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. You're fine. You're fine. Yeah, I started off at like 6:45 this morning. I woke up and I instead of doing the brief as a recording, I was like, you know what, screw it. We'll just do it live. Let's just do it live. We might have a little fun with it. So it is what it is. If you guys are watching for the first time, hit that subscribe button. If you haven't hit that like button, make sure you do it now. Okay, so this coffee actually tastes really good this morning. And now we're going to move on to my Celsius. What is this? This is sparkling apple pear. Sparkling apple pear. All right, so it's right there. It's ready to go. And let's go ahead and I need to make coffee. There you go. All right, so we got the immigration policy. We talked about that. So something else to think about, guys. There's a couple of things, and hopefully I remember to talk about the second one because I don't know if it's going to come up or not. But there's a Supreme Court case on expanding presidential powers. Now, why it's important to preppers. The Supreme Court is set to hear arguments that could dramatically broaden executive authority, raising concerns over potential martial law declarations, surveillance expansions, or emergency powers that bypass Congress. Um, Scenarios preppers train for in case of national crisis like pandemic or cyber attacks. This could centralize control, eroding state level autonomy and complicating bug out plans. There's some truth to that. There's some truth to that. Local preparation actions could be establish off-grid communications like Meshtastic, if you like, or via ham radios or mesh networks, which I guess is the same thing with trusted locals. Review and update your legal documents, your wills, your powers of attorneys, and protect your assets from federal seizures. Practice low profile living by reducing digital footprints and building self reliant energy sources like solar panels. Now, here's what I will tell you. Um, this case that's up before the Supreme Court really isn't about taking things away from us. It is about codifying, like, okay, we brought it up, it's okay, powers that the president already has, and it's directly related to the hiring and firing of government employees. To my left leaning friends, I will remind you that regardless of government unions, the president of the United States has the power to hire and fire any employee of the United States government. He is essentially the CEO of the United States government. Everybody in the United States government serves at his behest. Even if you're a government contractor and the United States government, via the President of the United States, says, we don't want to pay you anymore, we don't want this contract anymore, the government can terminate the contract based on the needs of the government, and there's not a damn thing that that this company can say about it, and then that person obviously will be terminated, not because the end result is that the employee will be terminated because the government contractor could be terminated because they're not getting paid anymore, and that the company can't pay them and has to let them go. It's that easy. It's that easy. If you're a GS rated or other rated government employee, you serve at the behest of the President of the United States of America, and he can let you know anytime he wants to that we don't need your services anymore. It's a huge problem that we have here in the United States where there is the largest employer in the entire country is the United States government. It should have never been this way. It just expanded and expanded and expanded, and we can blame the left for it, but the right did it too. It just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It was never meant to be that way. It's not necessary. And we have so many different parts of government or government programs that do absolutely nothing to benefit the American populace. Uh, and I hate to say it, but it needs to go. These people that are serving our country are no longer needed, and the Supreme Court's going to rule on the side of the president. I'll take bets on that. All right, guys. I've got to go right now because I've got to take the girlfriend across the bay to get some medical supplies. If you guys didn't know that, she has stage 4 cancer. She just went out and caught cancer on me, and we're fighting that off. You're fighting that off. If you are interested in following us on our other channel, put something in the chat afterwards, and I will put a link down there for you. Okay. Also, guys, members, I have not forgotten about you. The envelopes that I needed to ship these coins out, Am I doing that? Is it focusing? Is it? It never focuses right because you got to like, here, let's do this. It never focuses right. There we go. Local prep. There we go. These coins are the 2025 commemorative coins, and I'm giving them away. They're 100% copper, and I'm giving them away to all the members. If you have not sent me your address via email or via Discord yet, please do so, and I will get a coin out to you if you want one. The envelopes. Oh, where are you? These are the envelopes. They just came in. They just came in. And I will be sending them to you in those envelopes with a nice, neat little letter from me. All right, let's see here. That's going to be about it. Whoa there. Something really wonky just happened. I don't know if we're still, I don't know if we are still broadcasting or not. I don't know. All right. Let's see here. Um, okay. All right. Cool. Let's see here. I'm going to go to the chat here real quick. And the chat did just like everything just crapped out on me. Let's see here. Yes, there will be a 2026 version. These coins take a lot of work to make them, I guess, to make it genuine. I could literally just change the dates on this, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I want to make it something, but yes, there will be a 2026 version as well. All right, guys. That's going to be about it for today. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. Do me a favor, as usual, hit that thumbs up on the way out the door. It's free, and free is good for me. If you're not a subscriber, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And yeah, stay vigilant. And for those who wanted it, bye bye.